What's good, everyone? It's your boy Anime Analyst, aka the Young Jiggy Ninja, back again with another Boruto video. Now today we got some spoilers for Boruto Chapter 46. This chapter is titled True Identities. Just from that title alone, you already know there's finna be some crazy shit going down. As you already seen from the thumbnail, we got my boy Kashin Koji on the title page looking like he ready for all types of smoke. And we got the Boruto Naruto Next Generation's text in the background on fire. If you know who Kashin Koji is, you already know what the fuck about to go down. My boy Kashin Koji about to be on his Roy Mustang flow from Full Metal Alchemist, straight Samadhi flames of truth and purgatory flames on Jigen and sending this man to the Shadow Realm. But I digress. Let's get into these spoilers. Shout out to Organic Dinosaur in advance for these translations, but this chapter is supposedly 60% Kashin Koji versus Jigen, and we also have some information about the Karma Seal and how that intertwines with the Otsutsuki basically resurrecting themselves and what that means for people who have become the vessel for said Otsutsukis. So to start off, when Kashin Koji and Jigen are about to fight, Jigen is essentially saying from where we left off last chapter that, oh, so you're saying the reason you were created, Kashin Koji, was to kill me? And Jigen's basically like laughing at this, saying that Kashin Koji are basically a pawn to Amado anyway. Kashin Koji basically has as a rebuttal like that's what it means to be a shinobi, and basically they start fighting. So Kashin Koji starts off out the gate shooting like fireball ninjutsu at Jigen, and then of course Jigen's using the karma to absorb all these fireballs that Kashin Koji is shooting, and he just keeps on shooting more. And then basically as a follow-up, Kashin Koji ends up like putting toad oil on Jigen in order to do like a combination ninjutsu, and then he ends up like utilizing his fire ninjutsu even more to kind of enhance, you know what I'm saying, the whole Jiraiya combo, how he uses toad sage oil or toad oil and fireballs to kind of like enhance the fire. But as you know, Jigen can absorb all that because karma can absorb any chakra based like ninjutsu and things of that nature. So, and also the Leaf Gang is watching the live stream of this fight from Konoha, and Kawaki's sitting there saying like, yo, this is pointless because, you know, karma can absorb all those ninjutsu things. And we see that Kawaki is right. Jigen walks out the flames, kind of this man like, yo, how dare you, like, yo, you must be prepared to die if you think you're really gonna kill me, Kashin Koji. So as we're watching this, it is said that Naruto is actually watching this. He's like, yo, this masked man's fighting style is similar to, and you know what he's thinking in his head, Jiraiya the Gallant. He knows that this fighting style looks to be a kind of profile from Jiraiya in terms of how he's fighting. I bet if he saw that Rasengan, my man would be like standing up in the room talking about what the fuck is going on. So it is said that Jigen and Kashin Koji have like a few panels of them doing hand-to-hand taijutsu, and then Kashin Koji basically utilizing some kind of clones to flank Jigen. But it is also said that since Kashin Koji realizes that his ninjutsu flames aren't working, he utilizes a technique that literally summons purgatory flames that are unabsorbable by karma because they are literally natural flames summoned from some other location that's detailed in this chapter. It says like they're purgatory flames literally summoned from there. So this has to be some other jutsu. It could be Samadhi flames. From these translations, they're kind of iffy, but it could be the fact that Samadhi flames can't be absorbed because they are literally being summoned. But it sounds like it's some enhanced version of Samadhi flames that's unabsorbable. So we might get some more details. Well, we're definitely going to get some more details on that when the actual Viz Media translations drop on May 20th. But that's just what I'm assuming for right now. So that's going to be dope that Kashin Koji has even more firepower, that he's literally competing with something like, technically this technique trumps Amaterasu because Jigen absorbed Amaterasu like that shit wasn't nothing. My boy said, yo, Amaterasu, I eat those for breakfast things. So the fact that Kashin Koji has some firepower that can't be absorbed by karma, yo, he already got the strongest fire technique in the series off the strength of this. Now on to the kind of section that is revolving around the Otsutsuki and the karma. So we actually get a backstory to how Isshiki Otsutsuki ended up choosing Jigen as his vessel. So it turns out it was Kaguya and Isshiki who came to Earth as partners, and then they ended up getting into some sort of argument. Kaguya spazzes on Isshiki, basically gives him a mortal wound to the point that where half his body is missing. So he's looking for somewhere to kind of like seek haven. So he sees like a monk in that's close by that ends up being Jigen, and then he ends up like choking Isshiki. He ends up choking this monk out who is Jigen and then placing his karma on him. But it also says in some translation I saw, like, it possibly said that Jigen like used his little Ant-Man technique, like to miniaturize himself and go inside of Jigen's brain for the meantime and start puppeteering that man on some SpongeBob plankton shit. You know, motherfucker was in his brain, damn, moving around them damn sticks. So he could have been doing that for a while until like the whole karma process actually materialized. And to further kind of detail the karma, Amado spills some information regarding how karma is basically like, Amado said it's basically like a zip file on whatever vessel it is. So the character profile of the Otsutsuki slowly gets unzipped and unlocks abilities of karma until the vessel is completely overwritten by the Otsutsuki being that placed the vessel on them. So eventually, as the karma seal keeps on getting unzipped and unzipped, it will overwrite whatever vessel that is. So they say in the room with everybody there and Boruto there, like, Boruto, you're gonna cease to exist when Momoshiki's profile fully unzips. And then they're asking like, yo, how can we stop this? Like, my boy Boruto about to give his whole life overwritten like a damn save game. Like, you ever remember when your little cousins came over and they overwrit your save data? That's how Boruto looking right now. My boy is spooked. So Amado saying there's really no way to stop the Otsutsuki's resurrection when they're doing this, but he says they can possibly, like, he has an idea to stop this process. But one of the ideas he has, first off, is killing Boruto before Momoshiki can revive. We know that's not an option, so I'm interested to see what other ideas Amado has in terms of stopping Momoshiki's resurrection. But I also feel like this is where the Jogan, Boruto's bloodline, will come into play in terms of saving him from being overwritten by Momoshiki, and he'll have some sort of battle. You know how kind of Naruto fought Kurama inside of himself? I feel like it'll be that kind of deal, that the Jogan would allow him to actually stand up to Momoshiki and defeat him and possibly expel him from the body, or just awaken a new form that is the Otsutsuki member actually coming to terms with living in, basically coexisting with the vessel. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting. That's really like 50% of the chapter. We're definitely gonna know some more information when the Viz scans come out May 20th and we get the official translation. So I'll be sure to make a video when that drops. But for the time being, tell me guys what you're excited for in the comments below. You want to see Kashin Koji versus Jigen? You trying to see the whole Otsutsuki, Kaguya and Isshiki backstory? You're trying to hear more about the karma seal? What you trying to know? Make sure you leave the video a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're not subscribed, and turn on post notifications, and tune in to Boruto chapter 46 when it drops on the 20th. It's been your boy Anime Analyst, the young Jiggy Ninja. I'm out of here, guys. Peace.